So what was going on? Please tell. Exercise 20B over 26B. 26C. 26C. In 26C, you can open the book on page number 2619. Have you opened?
Yes, sir.
2619. 2619. Opened? Opened?
Yes, sir.
Good
Now
morning, sir.
I'm reading something. You pay attention. I will tell you. A firm operates one of the following conditions. It is written. Remark.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
A
sir.
firm operates under one of the following conditions. First condition, perfect competition. Second condition, monopoly. First condition, perfect competition. Second condition, monopoly. So, what is the difference between these two conditions? I'm reading, you try to understand. First condition, when a firm operates under perfect competition, the basic assumptions are when a firm operates under perfect condition, the basic assumptions are means जब perfect competition होता है तो basic assumptions क्या होती हैं ये आपको समझना है. First condition is that there exist many firms involved in the similar business activity, that is production and marketing of the same product or products. Means perfect competition means if you are doing one business, so such type of business other companies are also there, they are doing such type of business. Means you are not alone in the market. You are not alone in the market. Suppose you are producing biscuits. Suppose you are producing biscuits. So many other companies are there, those who are producing biscuits. So it means that you are under perfect competition. You are under perfect competition. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Second, the market and not the producer determines the price. The market, not the producer, determines the price. It means that when many companies are there, so in the market, it depends upon the people of which company they are liking the biscuits. And one more thing, suppose they are liking the biscuit of Parle company, and suppose your company is new one, so in that price according to you, you cannot fix. According to the competition, you will fix the price. According to the competition, you will fix the price. Many times, suppose one biscuit cost for you 1 rupee. One biscuit cost for you 1 rupee. So sometimes to run your product, you will have to sell this biscuit, your biscuit at 1 rupee 5 paise. 1 rupee 5 paise. Getting the point or not? Getting the point or not?
Yes, sir.
मीन्स कई बार ऐसा होता है कि जब बहुत सारी कंपनीज मार्केट में होती है और आपका भी प्रोडक्ट सेम प्रोडक्ट मार्केट में है, तो आप क्या करेंगे कि अपने हिसाब से पैसे उसके फिक्स नहीं कर सकते हैं. मार्केट में अगर आपको अपना प्रोडक्ट रन कराना है, मतलब चलाना है, तो आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा, थोड़ा सा कॉस्ट और कंपनी की अपेक्षा कम रखनी पड़ेगी. ठीक है, भले ही आपको उसमें प्रॉफिट बहुत कम हो। मान लीजिए कोई चीज आपको 1 रुपये की है आपके लिए, तो 1 रुपये 5 पैसे की आप उसे मार्केट में निकाल सकते हैं, क्योंकि कंपटीशन है, तो कंपटीशन में अपना अपना प्रोडक्ट ज्यादा बिके, तो इस वजह से ऐसा करना पड़ता है। तो इसमें आप खुद प्राइस सेट नहीं कर पाते हैं, आपको मार्केट के हिसाब से प्राइस सेट करने पड़ते हैं। इज इट क्लियर?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Next is the price of a commodity is independent of the level of output X. The price of commodity is independent of the level of output X. Thus, R equals Px, then marginal revenue will be P plus X dP upon dx equals P price per unit. It is written P is constant, in the bracket they are giving. So dP upon dx will be 0. So that's why marginal revenue will be P. Marginal revenue will be P. So it means that they are saying that if you are producing more items, then price will be constant, or if you are producing less item, then also price will be constant, means selling price here, not cost, selling price. You cannot increase, you cannot increase. If there is no competition, then business is said to operate as monopoly business. In the case of monopoly business, the price of commodity depends upon the number of items produced and sold. In this case, the basic assumptions are, listen, if suppose that you are alone in the market, alone in the market means there is no competition, there is no other company producing the same product. So in that case, there is only one only seller, and there is no close substitute of the commodity marketed by the seller. Means you are alone in the market. And one more thing means, I can say, as you are producing one some product, I don't know which product, but some product you are producing, और उस प्रोडक्ट का कोई भी सब्स्टिट्यूट, क्लोज सब्स्टिट्यूट मार्केट में नहीं है। सब्स्टिट्यूट है लेकिन बहुत ही ज्यादा क्लोज सब्स्टिट्यूट नहीं है उसका मार्केट में। तो इस केस में आपको ये माना जाता है कि आप जो है अलोन है मार्केट में, और आपके साथ कंपटीशन में कोई नहीं। तो इस केस में क्या होता है कि इस केस में ये मोनोपोली बिजनेस कहलाता है। क्या कहलाता है? मोनोपोली बिजनेस। डिमांड डिपेंड्स ऑन द प्राइस एंड वाइस वर्सा। तो जो प्राइस आप रखते हैं उस पर डिमांड डिपेंड करती है, और या जो डिमांड है उसके हिसाब से प्राइस फिक्स किए जाते हैं। इस तरह के बिजनेस। गेटिंग द पॉइंट? गेटिंग द पॉइंट और नॉट?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now come to the exercise 26C. This is the last exercise of this chapter for this year. Yes, 26C. Question number 1. What is question number 1? The demand for a certain product is represented by the equation P equals 20 plus 5x minus 3x square. P equals 20 plus 5x minus 3x square. Where x is the number of units demanded and p is the price per unit, find the total revenue. So total revenue we can find first part. Total revenue are equals to x is 20 plus 5x minus 3x square into x. So total become minus 3x plus 5x square plus 28. Okay, it is the total revenue. Now next is marginal revenue. Marginal revenue, you will achieve total revenue. Where marginal revenue equals to differentiation of total revenue. Differentiation of minus 3x cubed plus 5x square plus 28. It will become minus 9x square plus 10x plus 20. This is the marginal revenue. Next is the marginal revenue when 2 units are sold. Listen carefully. Multiply for x equals 2. Marginal revenue minus 9 plus 11 minus 56 plus 70 plus 20. Rupees 2. Rupees 2. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Question number 2 you can take. The demand function, revenue function, marginal revenue. First part you can do. You can take third part or second part also can be done. Fourth question you can take. What is fourth question? You see, the demand function for a monopolist is given by x equals 100 minus 4p, x equals 100 minus 4p. So p you can find 4p equals 100 minus x and p equals 100 minus x upon 4. 100 minus x upon 4. First part, total revenue function Rx is 25 minus x upon 4 into x. It will become 25x minus x square by 2. This is the total revenue function. Next is average revenue function. Next is average revenue function. Average revenue equals total revenue Rx upon X. Rx means Px upon X. P. So value of P is 25 minus X upon 2. This is also this is total revenue and this is after third part. Third part is marginal revenue function. Marginal revenue equals differentiation of total revenue. Differentiation of total revenue. We are on dx of 25x minus x square over 4. So it will be 25 minus x upon 2. This is marginal revenue. Okay. Next is price and quantity at which marginal revenue equals 0. Price and quantity at which marginal revenue equals 0. Fourth part. MR means 25 minus x by 2 equals 0. 25 equals x by 2 and x equals 30. So this is the quantity at which marginal revenue equals 0. Price also we have to find. Now, P equals 25 minus 50 upon 2. 25 minus 9.5 rupees 12.5. Right. We can write quantity when MR equals 0 is 50. And the price when marginal revenue is 0. Is rupees 1.5. Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Today how many are there? 9. Now you can write question number 7. What is question number 7? You can see a firm knows that the demand function for one of its product is linear. It is also known that it can sell 1,000 units when the price is rupees 4 per unit, and it can sell 1,500 units when the price is rupees 2 per unit. Determine demand function, total revenue function, average revenue function, marginal revenue function. Listen carefully. You can write let the linear demand function be let the linear demand function be equals ax plus b equals ax plus b. A plus bx also can be taken, ax plus b also can be taken. Now you can take for b equals to x equals 1,000. B equals to x equals 1,000 units. Therefore, you can take 2 equals 1,000 A plus B. First equation for B equals rupees 2, x equals 1,500 units. Therefore, 2 equals 1,500 A plus B. 2. So now you can solve the equations. Solving 1 and 2, we can, when we solve the equation, we will cancel. Second minus 1 will be 1,500 minus 1,000, it will be 500 A. 1,500 minus 1,000 equals 500 A. Equals 2 minus 2 minus 2. 2 minus 4 minus 2. A will come minus 1 upon 250. Minus 1 upon 250. Now you can write from 1 b equals 2 minus 1,000 e 2 minus 1,000 into minus 1,000 2 plus 2 2 Required demand function. It should be there, you can check. They are giving in terms of X, mean in terms of P. So it will come to 50P, 250P, X equals minus 250P plus 2000. Yes, correct. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Total revenue function. Total revenue. 8x minus x square upon 250. Correct. Next is average revenue function. Average revenue equals R is Bx upon x is equal to P, and P is 8 minus x upon 250. 8 minus x upon 250. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Marginal revenue. Marginal revenue. E upon Ts of total revenue. E upon Ts of total revenue is 8x minus x square. So it will become 8 minus x upon 125. It is marginal revenue. Understood?
Yes, sir.
So now question number you can take 10. Here answer. So today very less number of students are there. For the demand function P equals A upon X plus B minus C, where AB is greater than 0, show that marginal revenue decreases with the increase of X. Same question you have done in previous exercise. In the same way, we will do. First of all, demand function is given. P equals A upon X plus B minus C. A upon X plus B minus C. So therefore, total revenue you find. Because marginal revenue we have to find. Therefore, total revenue equals EX. X plus B minus C. X. So it will become EX plus B minus C. Therefore, marginal revenue we have to get total revenue. We have to get AX upon X plus B minus CX. So how can you write it? U upon B you can apply. X plus B whole square X plus B say into A minus AX into 1 minus C. So it will become you can multiply inside AX plus AB, BX plus AB minus AX upon X plus B whole square minus CPX cancel. It will be AB upon X plus B whole square minus C. This is the marginal revenue. This is marginal revenue. Now you have to show, yes, what was the method? Who will tell? Yesterday I told you the method. You have to show marginal revenue decreases with the increase of X. With the increase of X. How can we show?
Sir, differentiation of marginal cost will come negative.
Yes, it should come negative. It should come negative. Okay. So you can find now U1 dx of equals B upon dx of AB upon X plus B whole square minus C. In calculator X minus 2AB upon X plus B whole cube into 1 minus 0. So minus 2AB upon X plus B whole cube minus 2AB upon X plus B whole cube. Now listen carefully. It is coming negative or not? Because AB is greater than 0. Because AB is greater than 0. When AB will be greater than 0, A is positive, B is positive. A is negative, B is negative. Suppose A and B both are positive. A is greater than 0, so numerator is negative. And denominator X plus T. X is always positive, you know very well. X is always non-negative. Since AB is greater than 0, is positive, so B will be positive, X is non-negative, so it means that denominator will be positive, numerator will be negative, so finally total value is negative. Suppose A and B both are negative, So A and B both are negative, then numerator is negative because AB will be positive. If A and B both are negative, then AB will be positive. So numerator will be negative. And listen, here x plus b, if it is negative, b is negative, then x plus b whole cube, it will be positive. Because if it is negative also, then you can think that it is whole cube, it will become negative, then it will become positive. But such type of condition will not be there. Here we are taking possibility A and B both are negative, but condition is there in this question. They should give that A and B both are positive. A is greater than 0 and B is greater than 0. Because it cannot be, if B is negative, then it cannot be greater than x. It will be less than x. Because finally it will come negative. Because we have to show that marginal revenue falls continuously if with an increase of output x. So that's why it is negative. You can write since AB is greater than 0, where minus 2AB is negative, minus 2AB is less than 0, and x plus b whole cube is greater than 0. X plus b whole cube is greater than 0. Therefore, minus 2ab upon x plus b whole cube is less than 0. Is less than 0. So you can write and marginal revenue decreases as marginal revenue decreases with the decrease of x. Are you getting? Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
So for today it is enough. Thank you. Thank you very much. This chapter is completed. Now I will take on Monday new chapter. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So you can leave the
Yes,
class.
sir. Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.